It's Barbara from Caring Arts. We've all gotten used to these this year. This is the year of the mask, and I hope you've been wearing yours and staying safe and healthy. One of my pet peeves about these masks is they create a lot of waste. I really hate walking down the sidewalk and seeing them lay on the lawn or the street, and it's really a shame that we can't find some way to recycle these. But you can't wear them more than once. It's not safe. So I think I figured out a way to make use of these masks once you've worn them. I usually throw mine in a plastic bag, and then if you bring it home and flatten it out and spray it both sides with some Lysol and hang it up, you'll be ready to do my project. And what we're going to do is create pandemic angels. You can hang them on your tree or in your window, because we can all use more angels in our lives. Now, I call this one the light at the end of the tunnel angel, and this one is the pandemic depression angel. You can make either of these or whatever version you like. I'll show you how to do that. It's really easy. But once you've got your masks sanitized and ready to go, it's time to get started. To make either one of the angels, the process is exactly the same. The materials are similar. After you've disinfected and flattened out your masks again, and you should let them hang probably overnight at least. And because these are used masks, I always like to start by using a little disinfectant on my hands. The mask should be fine, but it's just a little bit safer, and you probably want to do that at the end as well. I'm going to move my angels and get started. You need 2 masks for each angel. They're just the plain surgical paper masks. And then you need scissors, a pencil, maybe a ruler, although that's not critical. You're going to need a Sharpie marker. You'll need a black if you're going to make your scroll out of white paper, or maybe silver or gold if you're going to make your scroll out of black paper. And then you definitely need some glue. You need either a thin paintbrush or a screwdriver would probably work okay. And then you need something to make the halo. You can use pipe cleaners, either black or white, or if you have gold, you could use that. So you want to take your first mask and turn it to the white side towards you. And we're going to bend up all the folds on the mask to align at the top, just like this. So all the folds align along the top edge. And then that last part, you just fold up in half to create a fold again that will align with everything else. And try to get them all pretty straight. And then you're going to take the whole thing and fold it in half, just like that. I have the wire at the top. I don't think it really matters if it's at the top or the bottom, but I think it holds pretty well at the top. And then you find the middle and you kind of bend it up about not quite an inch down, and that's actually going to create our wings, but you have to hold it while you're doing that. And then once that's done, we're going to set that aside for the moment. And then you take your next mask, and it should be with the blue side turned towards you, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So you want to, again, align all your folds at the top of the mask with the top edge. And then once again, fold up that bottom part, just so that you have all these folds aligning together. A little tricky to get them all together. There we go. Now in this case, we want to make sure that the string is towards the back, away from the blue parts. And then just hold on to that. We're going to go back to our first piece, sort of hold it in the middle there, and put a big dab of glue right in the middle. Just like that. And we're going to put our other piece inside and sort of tuck it in there and hold it down. And again, you see your string is on the back side. And I like to also put another dab of glue, just kind of stick it in there on either side. And just hold the whole thing like this until the glue sets up. And that'll take just a few minutes. And then once your glue is kind of holding, you want to turn it to the back, and you're going to take that string that's in the back and put it around the top. It's going to create a head of the angel. And you want to do that 2 or 3 times, just like a rubber band, until it's kind of tight. And then just sort of straighten it out. And you see it's creating like a little neck for the angel. And that should continue to hold the whole thing until the glue dries. But I would set it aside for a moment until the glue dries. You can turn up your angel wings again if you want. Now you can begin to see what it looks like. And once you feel that's dry enough, you want to take your scissors. We're going to cut off the bottom part with this string on here. Just cut straight across. I cut up about 1 inch, maybe a little less. You can decide how long you want your angel to be. And if you want to save that string, we can make use of that. But I'm going to set it aside for the moment. And then the next thing you want to do is grab the bottom part of the wing, and we're going to pull the string out just on that one side. If you push down on the wing, and it should pop right out. And you want to do that on both sides. And then we're going to tie it at the top, because that's going to create the hanger. So just tie it tight. You can cut those pieces shorter if you like. But now we have our basic angel on the hanger. But we need to decorate her a bit. First of all, she's going to need a halo. So to make a halo, depending on if you're making the depression angel or the light at the end of the tunnel angel, the process is the same, but the color of the materials you use is different. Pipe cleaners is the easiest thing to use. So you can either use a black pipe cleaner or a white one, or you might be able to find silver or gold as well, but you just fold it in half and cut it in half. I'm going to make a white one here, so I'm going to take half of a white pipe cleaner, and you just roll it around until it creates a circle. And then twist the end. And then that extra piece you want to turn down so it looks just like that. And then the next thing we're going to do is create a scroll. So I happen to have this parchment style paper. It's cardstock, and the heavier weight works nicely, or you can use black construction paper, or you can really use any color you like, but cardstock works better than regular paper. And we need to cut a rectangle that's about 3.5 inches across by 1 inch deep. And so I already measured 1 inch with my ruler and measured 3.5 inches. And then I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to cut straight across here. And then cut it off at 3.5 inches. And then you want to take your Sharpie marker, or if you're using black paper, you probably want to take the silver marker, or you could use gold. And right in the middle, you want to write 2020, because this is a commemorative ornament, and we want to remember what year it's from. Although I don't think we're going to need much to remind us about that. And then the next thing you want to do is take your small paintbrush, or if you don't have one, you can use a small screwdriver. I find the paintbrush to be a little bit easier. And you're going to align it on the edge and roll the paper on the end right around the paintbrush. Now, if you're using cardstock, it's going to stay rolled beautifully, and just pull out your paintbrush. If you're using a lighter weight paper, you might want to glue the end in order for the scroll to stay. But cardstock should stay all by itself. And then you want to roll the other side, and you go right up to the 2020. Just pull it out. And there you go. Now you've got a little scroll. And then we need to create a little hanger for that so we can put it around the angel's neck. You could actually use the discarded piece of string that we took off. You'll just need to pull it out. And that string is about 7 inches, and that is the perfect size. So you can either use that string to create the hanger for the scroll, or if you're using black paper, you might want to use some black ribbon. Or I have some shiny white ribbon, which I think I'm going to use. So I'm going to measure it out the same size as that string, which is 7 inches. So no matter what you use, you want to glue it to the back of the scroll. So I'm going to take my glue and just draw a line, or squeeze out a line of glue. And I'm going to paste one end of my ribbon or string down, and then you do the same to the other side. Just paste it down and let that dry. While my scroll is drying, I can attach my halo, and what you want to do is turn it around to the back, and you're going to stick that extra piece that's hanging down right into the neck, and that should hold it. You could glue it as well if you want, but it holds pretty well, just like that. And then you can decorate the angel's wings if you like. It's not necessary to do that, but I happen to have some rhinestones, or you can use sequins. And I just like to glue rhinestones to each corner of the wings. Just adds a little sparkle. You do those one at a time and let them dry. And by the time all of those are dry, your scroll should be dry, and you should be able to hang that on as well. My angel's rhinestones are all dry, and I think my scroll is ready to go. And you just hang that around her head, and she's ready to hang on your tree.